Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I watched Superman and Lois Season 2, Episode 10, Bizarros in a Bizarre World. I had a bizarre experience watching it, actually, because I watched Star Trek Picard first, and that was so stressful it gave me a migraine, the kind where you get like flickering lights and so forth. And I thought I was okay after about an hour. I redid my Picard review, and then I thought I'd watch Superman and Lois, and then about three quarters of the way through, I started to get the migraine started to come back, and I was sort of watching the episode through like a warped sort of perspective, which was already warped anyway. So it was quite an experience, and I couldn't do a review afterwards. I just went straight to bed pretty much. I managed to sit through the last couple of minutes, literally not being able to see properly, and because I wanted to see what happened, and then I just went to bed. So I'm doing the review like 24 hours later, basically. And it was interesting. Now, I think we went 3 weeks without an episode of Superman and Lois, which was really painful because I was paying for Binge, which is one of the local streaming services, just for Superman and Lois, because I got it for, and just like that, the Sex and the City sequel. And then after that finished, I realised they were showing Superman and Lois, so I kept paying for it. And I realised, you've had 2 episodes in 2 months. You're paying basically a monthly fee just for 1 episode of Superman. So I actually cut my subscription off a couple of days ago, knowing there was actually going to be an episode on the 26th, but just like I'm not keeping a service just for one episode of one show. So I got rid of it and I watched it, and I'm wondering, was it delayed that long because of the special effects? The whole episode looked like green screen. Like there didn't seem to be a shot that didn't have an effect or even some sort of layer of effect on it. I didn't realise how different the Bizarro world was, because the episode is pretty much all in the Bizarro world. It starts off with Superman punching through the void, whatever that he travelled through. He goes through like a layer of red, and then he's in like this dark layer, which is a little bit scary because I'm like, my God, does he even know where he is? Like, it's just like, where is he? How's he going to get back? I found it really disturbing. And then he sees like the other opening into the other world, and he travels through that sort of the same way he travelled through the first one. And when he gets there, he finds Agent Anderson is like dead on the ground. So he did make it over there, but he apparently didn't survive, which was kind of surprising. I thought he was going to be the big bad on this side. And he basically goes through... we go through each main character's sort of life in the Bizarro land, basically. We saw Lois Lane's life, we saw Superman's life, we saw that he basically was a celebrity who was a drug addict, addicted to some sort of different version of Bizarro kryptonite or something. And we saw Lois was basically this wife waiting around, sort of putting up with him and eventually leaving him. We saw his son Jonathan was neglected. The other one didn't. He didn't even have any superpowers. Jonathan did turn out to have superpowers, and he seemed to reveal them at an event where Superman was too busy taking selfies to notice a window washer was about to fall off of a building and die, and Jonathan flew up and saved him. And then it's like, oh well, he's a superhero now, we have to manage him. So they worked out his costume, his name, his what was his symbol? It was like that or something. I can't do it. It was like that, but trying to make an S out of the shirt. I can't remember how he did it, but he was doing that like every 2 minutes. He was doing it really awkwardly, like too high. I'm like, okay, yeah, they need to work on that. But it was interesting. He was actually kind of hot. I was surprised. I've never found that actor or that character remotely attractive, but he actually pulled it off without trying too hard. So it was just weird to see him playing a different character and realising the kid can actually act, because he managed to portray a totally different version of that person and a different character, which felt and looked totally different. And really, in reality, all they did was put a little bit of mascara on him and put him in some tight red jeans, but which were very tight. So... what else? I think that's basically it, where we got to see each person's lives, and then we got to the end of it, where Ali managed to combine her two halves. I didn't think that was going to happen. the Super Lana and all the other characters all conspired against the real Superman, who I don't know at what point they realized it was the real Superman, because I should go back to Anderson. When Anderson came through, he immediately was confronted with them and his other half, and he was going to merge, and Ali ordered Jonathan to stop him from merging, and he basically burnt one of them alive. And I'm not sure which one it was, their Anderson, or I think it was, I don't know which Anderson it was, I can't tell, because he basically became a renegade, rogue or whatever, hiding from them, and grew his hair and kind of looked different. And I'm like, is that Bizarro him, or is that our one that's been stuck in Bizarro world for like, ages? But yeah, eventually she got the necklaces, and she actually was floating up in the sky, joining together, and they were holding Superman down. I'm like, is this really going to happen? Is she actually going to combine? Because she actually told Jonathan to combine with his half as well. So he left, and that's the scene that we saw in the episode before, where Lois and I can't remember the other kid's name. I can only remember Jonathan because he was named after his father, but I can never remember the other one. They're just talking on the porch, and then Jonathan walks up in his red pants and his mascara, and he's like, yeah, I'm kind of looking for my other half. And it's like, oh, that's what he was there for? And it's like, well, the next episode is going to be interesting. Because he fought Anderson for a while. He killed Anderson, and so he killed both Andersons, and then he went off to combine himself. Now, Ali, I guess she's a god somewhere. I don't know. We didn't see her again. And Superman, he basically, Anderson told him, look, just get out, go save your world, basically. So he left. I'm trying to remember. I probably should have watched the end of the episode again, since, like I said, I was in an altered state and I was half blind from my migraine. So I think he left, because he ends up going back. But yeah, he basically ran away. He didn't stop her from merging. He didn't save his son. His son has gone to Earth as well to find his Bizarro version to or his Earth version to merge with. So I'm not sure where this is going. I mean, is he going to end up fighting Superboy, or is he going to end up fighting Ali? I thought Anderson was going to be the big bad, or at least I thought him and Ali would be working together or something. I'm kind of surprised with how that went. I'm surprised how quickly they killed Anderson and how quickly they killed Bizarro Superman. And there were moments when the Bizarros realised, oh, our Superman's dead, because they did show, like I said, they showed their lives, and they showed how Ali rose, and she used a lot of people's fear and anxieties to sort of create this cult of joining, and the idea that we're all incomplete and we all need to find our other halves and join our other halves. And I actually thought when she was joining that she was going to have it all wrong, and there'd be some sort of like implosion where the two beings couldn't actually merge and join. Instead of joining and becoming a superpower, I thought they'd kind of destroy themselves. I was hoping that's what would happen. She'd just like implode in the sky or something. But didn't happen. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I kind of like having no idea what's going to happen. Star Trek, I know everything and should know everything, know what should happen and shouldn't happen. But with this, because I grew up with Superman, but I didn't read the comics. I had like 2 Superman comics when I was a kid. I had more Batman comics, and I actually read Batman for a while, for a streak. But Superman was mainly the TV show and the movies. That was Superman for me. So I really don't know what has happened in the other comics and what's going to happen in this show, if they're going to follow what happened in the other comics really closely, or if they're going to do their own thing. But I'm just sitting back and kind of enjoying it. I did find the effects a little bit distracting. I mean, I love the square Earth. I didn't realise Earth was a cube, or Threa or whatever it's called, Earth backwards. It was kind of amazing to see a square Earth and a square sun, and just a lot of the visuals were really good in design, but in implementation they did feel very green screen a lot of the time. I don't know if that's what held the episode up, or if it really took a long time, or if I'm just sort of putting an old sort of understanding of effects as being long to produce and expensive from earlier days of television, where we didn't get a lot of visual effect episodes like that. But it was interesting. I did enjoy it. I am enjoying every episode. although they are probably going to suffer in the ratings because they're leaving such big gaps between episodes and people are cooling down and losing track and trying to work out, well, when's the next episode? It's not like you have your weekly episode, you can get excited for it, you can get prepared for it, and you can, sort of ease into the next one. This sort of all over the place scheduling, it really is, I'm sure it's hurting the ratings. I know they have gone down from the first episodes quite a bit. And you can pretty much blame, I think, the scheduling on that, not the quality of the show or the popularity of the show. But I'm going to go because I've been talking for over 10 minutes. I'll probably have to watch this episode again before I watch the next episode, maybe, because, like I said, there was a big stretch of it where I was barely being able to see what was in front of me. But I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.